fire stations and still no sign of him.
Oh, dear. Don't you think you should phone Darrin?
Oh, no. No, Aunt Clara. No sense in him worrying, too.
Oh, no.
I have an idea. Let's try the public library.
Come on, mister. Let us in on the gang. What are you advertising?
I'm merely waiting, sir, for the library to open.
And those weirdo rags?
Which, by your sundial, sir, should be in exactly 10 minutes.
Oh, come on, buddy boy. Stop putting us on. What are you pitching, huh? New movie or something? Hey, I know. Shampoo.
I'll leave the old guy alone.
Oh, what's bugging you, Buster? You got a gripe?
Young man, in the sense that one may learn a good deal about a man by his clothing, I am, in fact, advertising myself. In the same sense that you, by your appearance, proclaim what you are. By your clothes and countenance, I take you to be advertising dirt, slovenliness, and a dislike for soap and water. Your demeanor proclaims your insolence and your disrespect. And by your speech, I suspect that you are advertising rudeness, vulgarity, and an ignorance for the English language. Good day, sir.
Hey, the old man can take care of himself.
Sir, I'm from the Morning Gazette. I wonder if I could ask you a few questions.
Hello, Mr. Franklin. I certainly am glad we found you.
Well, you needn't have bothered, Mrs. Stevens.
Oh, no bother at all. But I do think we should be running along. We've got lots of things to see.
Franklin, huh? How long has he been like this?
Oh, about 200 years.
Give or take a few.
It's marvelous. Simply marvelous. What a contraption. I should imagine it's very efficient, too, huh?
Oh, well, this one must be at least 35 years old. The ones they use now are inside. Would you like to inspect this one further?
Oh, indeed, I would.
Good. Well, I'll be right back. I just want to call Darrin.
Larry, it's just not dignified, that's all.
What could be more dignified than a man playing Benjamin Franklin pitching transistor radios? The Franklin electronics people were ecstatic.
You told them?
Of course.
Hello. Oh, hello, Sam. How's it going?
Don't you worry, darling. Everything's going beautifully. And Mr. Franklin's very grateful to all of us.
And this machine operates on the same principle as these other conveyances I see moving about?
Yes, you see, it's automatic, and there's a button that you press to start it.
Oh, yes. This button here? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. This is very exciting, but how does one turn it off?
The thing, if you don't do what?
Don't you think you've seen enough? Don't forget, Aunt Clara has some memory work to do this afternoon.
I seem to be moving. Where's the braking device?
The pedal. Press the pedal. Oh, there must be a spell for this. There must be a spell. Mr. Franklin, come back. Listen. Oh.
We'll be home in about an hour.
Samantha. Oh, Samantha. The fire engine.
What happened,
He did. I'm telling you.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Sam? Sam?
Oh!
Aunt Clara, go home. And please try and remember that spin.
Yes, I will. I will.
Mr. Franklin, are you all right?
Right this way, lady. I am unhurt, madam.
Hey, mister, where's the fire?
Oh, officer, I'm Samantha Stephens. I'm sure I can explain everything.
Well, fine. Why don't you do it down at the station house? This gentleman, whoever he is under arrest. Right this way, sir.
What a story. Ben Franklin steals fire engine.
Stop worrying.
Start.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I intend to prove that the defendant, whoever he is, has used the honored name of Benjamin Franklin as part of an advertising campaign. the sole purpose of which is to sell transistor radios. Now, unfortunately, there's no law against tasteless advertising. But in the process of his activities, the defendant made a mistake. He stole a valuable public monument, a rare old fire engine that was on display in front of fire station number 3. Now, such a crime is more serious than ordinary theft, because the man who steals public property steals not only from one man, but from everyone.
Oh, an excellent point. An excellent point.
It's your turn, Mr. Franklin.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, human reason is a very uncertain thing because two people can arrive at diametrically opposed positions from the same premise. Consequently, I think that a good, sure instinct is worth a great deal more. Now, the district attorney, I fear, has set himself a very difficult task. First, he must prove that I stole a fire engine. Now, what motive could a man have for stealing a fire engine? Unless, of course, he needed one to put out a fire. Second, the district attorney must prove that I am not Benjamin Franklin, but in fact an imposter. If he succeeds, I shall have to conclude that not only have I been mistaken as to my identity all these many years, but that my honored father and mother were somewhat confused at my birth.
You're the head librarian at the main branch of the public library.
That's right.
And is that the man who walked into your library a few days ago?
Yes, that's him, Benjamin Franklin.
Just yes or no will do. What happened when he approached you?
Well, of course, there was quite a disturbance. I mean, everyone started whispering, and you can't have that sort of thing in a library. I mean, there are signs all over.
Then you would say he definitely created a disturbance.
Yes.
What else did he do?
He wanted to pay a library fine on a book that was 200 years overdue.
He wanted to pay a library fine on a book that was overdue for 200 years.
Not exactly. You see, he didn't actually have the book, but he said that he had neglected to return it, and it had been on his conscience for 200 years.
Your witness, sir.
No questions, Your Honor. You've made my point. I'm nothing if not an honest man.
Do you mean to say that the defendant actually walked out on the stage and made a speech to the students in the auditorium?
Yes, sir, he did.
Well, had you planned to have him speak?
No, we planned a totally different speaker. I don't even know why I announced him.
So he completely disrupted your assembly?
Well, at first he did, but then...
Naturally, you were outraged.
Well, yes, in the beginning,
Please
but...
just answer the question.
He's trying to, but you won't let him finish.
I'd love to put a hex on him. How you think he'd look as a duck?
Sam. Go on, sir. But what?
Well, I just wanted to say that he gave the finest speech I've ever heard. He talked about America as the land of opportunity, and education as something precious, even more precious because it was available to everyone.
What was the reaction of the students?
Well, you know modern kids are pretty sophisticated. They can tell a phony a mile off. But you could have heard a pin drop while he was speaking. And afterwards, they cheered him for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Any more questions for this witness, Counselor?
No more questions, Your Honor.
No questions, Your Honor.
I think if the jury went out now, they'd convict the DA.
Well, I'm ready to rest my case.
I call Darrin Stephens to the stand.
If only he were ready to rest his.